Good morning everybody, it's Tuesday today. This is going to be one of these weeks where we're not going to be sure what day of the week it is, I don't think. Not so bright today, quite chilly outside I think, but hopefully no more snow, although it was saying we should have had some sleet already today and no sign of that. So I hope everybody is doing okay. I know yesterday I did say that 70 to 79 year olds were waiting for a blue envelope, but apparently Nicola Sturgeon did usurp me on her briefing at lunchtime to say that the blue envelopes were not ready in time for the first set of letters going out. So it would be an ordinary white envelope with NHS writing on it that people would get for their appointment for the 70 to 79 year olds, and the clinically vulnerable I think are also included in that group. So if you're waiting for a blue envelope, they apparently were not ready at the printers in time to be sent out. So people should be starting to hear, I think, this week. And great news that one or two of the people that we know who are in the 80 plus group and who were waiting because they hadn't heard about their vaccination have had word. And I think they're getting phone calls and they are getting word to go this week. But we know some people are still waiting, but at least we know that the calls are being made and the letters are being sent out, so that hopefully will make a difference soon. Apart from that, there is some word about the tradecraft. Now wait till I try and see what it is that Helen is saying, because they can't have the fair trade coffee morning or fundraising events that they usually have. Helen is saying that they are trying to raise some funds in other ways. So they have raffle tickets that are available. So if you wanted to let me know about that. So there are raffle tickets available, which are £1 each. They have also sent an envelope for any unwanted gold, silver or costume jewellery, watches including broken and damaged items, old and new banknotes UK or foreign, and also I think that's maybe it. So because they can't have the coffee morning, they are going to be selling raffle tickets. So if you wanted any of them, and they've got an envelope which Helen has got, or Helen can get to people for unwanted gold, silver, costume jewellery and watches, old and new banknotes UK or foreign, and they can all be recycled for tradecraft. So I will put that information in the West Kirk Weekly tomorrow night. So if you get that, I will put that down there. There's also unwanted books, but that's a wee bit more difficult, I think. We will look into that. So that's because Tradecraft can't have their usual coffee morning fundraiser. They're still trying to raise funds. So Helen and Moira are doing that. So if you've got anything, let me know and I can pass you on to them. So we have been back reading again, and we're reading the story of Joseph this week. So we're on to Genesis chapter 39, and we've really just started at the beginning of the story of Joseph. So it starts, Joseph and Potiphar's wife. Now the Ishmaelites had taken Joseph to Egypt and sold him to Potiphar, one of the king's officers, who was a captain of the palace guard. The Lord was with Joseph and made him successful. He lived in the house of his Egyptian master, who saw that the Lord was with Joseph and had made him successful in everything that he did. Potiphar was pleased with him and made him his personal servant, so he put him in charge of his house and everything he owned. From then on, because of Joseph, the Lord blessed the house of the Egyptian and everything that he had in his house and his fields. Potiphar turned over everything he had to the care of Joseph, and did not concern himself with anything except the food he ate. Joseph was well built and good looking, and after a while his master's wife began to desire Joseph and asked him to go to bed with her. He refused and said, Look, my master does not have to concern himself with anything in the house because I am here. He has put me in charge of everything he has. I have as much authority in this house as he has, and he has not kept back anything from me except you. How then could I do such an immoral thing and sin against God?" Although she asked Joseph day after day, he would not go to bed with her. But one day when Joseph went into the house to do his work, none of the house servants was there. She caught him by his robe and said, "Come to bed with me," but he escaped and ran outside, leaving his robe in her hand. When she saw that he'd left his robe and had run out of the house, she called to her house servants and said, "Look at this. This Hebrew that my husband brought to the house is insulting us. He came to my room, but I screamed as loudly as I could. When he heard me scream, he ran outside, leaving his robe beside me." She kept his robe with her until Joseph's master came home. Then she told him the same story. "That Hebrew slave that you brought in here came into my room and insulted me. But when I screamed, he ran outside, leaving his robe beside me." Joseph's master was furious and had Joseph arrested and put in prison where the king's prisoners were kept, and there he stayed. But the Lord was with Joseph and blessed him, so that the jailer was pleased with him. He put Joseph in charge of all the other prisoners and made him responsible for everything that was done in the prison. The jailer did not have to look after anything for which Joseph was responsible, because the Lord was with Joseph and made him succeed in everything he did. Amen. And God bless the reading from Genesis chapter 39, and we will go on with the rest of the story of Joseph over the rest of the week. So take care, everybody. You know where we are, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.